Some would play.
Oh, okay. I guess it could be Theobald. Oh, I hope not. I don't think I've seen a chance against him. Could be Martell. Oof. Oh, I bet it's Martell.
I don't know who you're gonna fight.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like, I bet it's, you know what? I bet it's Martell because I remember like Martell and Jelly having a moment at one point.
A moment of boning.
Yeah, she went to bed.
Well, I mean.
Oh, wow. These mics are really hot tonight.
Really good. Yeah.
like when you were sitting all the way back there and I could still hear you through the headphones.
Oh, that's because my voice is loud and it booms. I don't.
You have the
Mike will pick it up.
you have the booming voice spell.
Yeah. No.
What's
What
it
do I
called?
got? Like
That's really loud.
7 key left, or did I forget to take one off?
You flurry of blows him 2 times.
Yeah.
You were at 11, 10, 9.
And then stunning strike.
Stunning
was a key.
strike 8. I have you at 8.
Okay, well I'm definitely at least 7. So
Oh, okay. Well, you're
Let's
keeping
do
track of it
7,
better
yeah.
than okay. Then if you're at 7,
yeah,
then
I was
you're at
worried
7.
I didn't take off maybe that last key, if there was a last key. I don't even remember, as he came through at me and Earthy beat up the fire.
I don't think you flurry of blows him. I think you just attacked, extra attacked, unarmed attacked.
You're right. You're right.
So
I was
think,
holding back
I think
on my-
8 is right.
Because I felt like I was done. He was gonna do me.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's actually 8
Okay.
because you did not flurry of blows on the last strike. You knocked him out of his wild shape form.
We'll go with that. We'll see if I can conserve 4 for my final bat.
You're
We'll
gonna
see.
need it.
I'm gonna need all
Matt
of it.
knows
but-
who's Matt knows who's his next 2 opponents are
Hmm.
because we talked about it while we were upstairs.
Man, I don't know who I thought I was gonna fight. I was just hoping it was some random, and I was, I had some fun plans. If they were like an archer or some shit, it was gonna be great. But we'll see.
No, not a lot of archers in the Tournament of Blood. They
Clearly.
would get fucked.
Clearly,
Hard.
fucking Neath was
There's
shooting
nowhere to
arrows.
hide.
Yeah.
Maybe a spear chucker.
Ooh.
Is that racist?
Nope. That's someone that chucks spears. Could be anybody. Barbarians chuck spears. Fighters chuck spears.
Was that a
Rangers chuck spears.
was that a thing in MASH? That somebody was called spear chucker?
Oh no, I didn't watch
Fucking-
MASH.
I
I
didn't.
thought MASH sucked. Hot take. I didn't like MASH. I thought MASH sucked.
It's certainly a thing, and I feel like I enjoyed some episodes of it. I didn't.
You know what
hate
I
it.
liked more than MASH? Murder, She Wrote.
Murder
Oh,
She
I
Wrote was
love
always
Murder,
good.
She
Yeah,
Wrote.
I loved Murder, She
it
Wrote.
was a great show.
They were always on around the same time, like before dinner, like late afternoon. Like it was MASH, Murder, She Wrote. You know, all those old timey shows. But God,
I did
Jessica
always enjoy
Fletcher
it.
is so
Murder
cool.
She Wrote.
I
Yeah,
loved Murder, She
Yeah,
Wrote.
Jessica Fletcher.
Yeah.
There was like a virtual reality episode or something. Like, I don't remember much about it, but I remember there being a VR headset,
what?
like from like back in the 80s. Yeah, it's crazy.
That show was great because she's like an independent woman and like
Mhm.
doing her thing, writing books or whatever, and just being a badass in that town. And
Yep. I love it when she always tells
just
the
fucking
murderer
really cool.
how they did it
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
very end.
now he's enjoying
Like
it.
she was like the female equivalent to Sherlock Holmes, but would knit you a sweater or a throw if you
Yep.
needed it. I
Yeah.
loved
Yeah.
it. It was great, dude. I loved Murder, She Wrote.
On the subject of Holmes, though, I love every iteration of it. Fucking ever. Like, just I want everyone to keep doing it. Do whatever fucking movies, fucking shows. Let's go,
The
champ.
Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies are fantastic.
It's great. Yeah,
the
and
Benedict Cumberbatch BBC,
so good.
so good.
The way they adapted the stories to a modern,
to the modern era, yes.
so fucking spectacular.
And
'Cause they didn't
that's-
set it in the past.
no, it
they
was
set
set
it
in
like
today,
today,
modern
and-
times. Yeah,
like when he meets John Watson and he's talking about the fucking, something about a drunk or whatever, and it's like, it's because your cell phone, there's a bunch of fucking marks around where the charger, and I'm like, oh shit, that is fucking brilliant, because it was something about like a key or something, I forget in the original story, but there were marks around something because you couldn't
Yeah, 'cause
fucking
you
get
couldn't
the key in there.
the
or
hole,
whatever,
right? Yeah. God, so good.
The way they adapted every fucking story, I was just blown away. I was like, I've read these stories a bunch. I love this. You're doing a great job. And fucking right now, there's an anime airing, Moriarty the Patriot. And it's
Ooh.
basically Sherlock Holmes from the Moriarty perspective, but if Moriarty was the Lord of Crime because he's trying to clean up the corruption in England, he's attacking
Ooh.
nobles. Well, he's not attacking. He's scheming shit and helping people out when nobles wrong him. He's like, you want to get back at him?
So he's like the Robin Hood of reverse crime.
Basically, yeah. And so he's kind of
Dope.
He's kind of squaring off against Sherlock Holmes a couple times, but Sherlock is like, he's a snack in that anime too, by the way.
But wait, so
is
Sherlock
fucking-
is just trying to stop Moriarty from committing these crimes, but Moriarty is committing these crimes to get back at people who have wronged people already?
Yeah, and Sherlock hasn't had a big role to play, which is great because it's Moriarty the Patriot. We're seeing it from Moriarty's perspective
Nice.
in a fictional world where Moriarty is
That's a
doing
nice
this out of
take.
some sort of benevolence.
So he's
and
an
it's
anti-hero.
So
He's
good.
the anti-hero.
Yeah, and Sherlock shows up, but then Sherlock goes away, and you're really focused on the schemes that Moriarty's placed, and he's trying not to, at this point in the anime, he's trying not to get Sherlock's attention too much. He's not scared of him. He's just like, I'm doing these schemes for a reason. I don't need extra nonsense involved here. Like, Sherlock gets in, it's an X factor, and then I got to fucking work harder. And he's like, maybe I could beat him. I don't know, but let's try not to fucking pique his interest here. This is just bullshit, nonsense, noble crimes. Ha ha ha, who cares? And like Sherlock kind of gets it. Like there's one thing where the woman shows up and she works her way into Moriarty's circle now, and
Nice.
and Sherlock like at some point Moriarty helps like fake her death and stuff, and Sherlock knows that that's what's happened. And he's like, all right, it's fine. So
she
he's
can work from the shadows then, huh?
yeah, he's kind of got like an antagonistic view. Like, I don't like your methods. That's not the best way to do this. I don't think that's. I get what you're doing, but I'm still not on board. So and it's really good. It's
Nice.
so good. I love it. Just love any Sherlock Holmes I can get. It's like Ghost in the Shell. Give me anything you want to give me of it. Adapt it however you want. I want it. Although that latest Netflix one was not. It's not good.
I liked the live action one.
The live action was good.
I liked it.
That one
Not
was
gonna
good.
lie.
Scarlett Johansson.
The ScarJo.
Because
yeah.
I didn't like some aspects of it, like her name. Come on, what are you doing?
The forcing of her mother into it was kind of a turnoff for me, but that was the only thing I had an
but
issue with.
overall, it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. 8.5
There's
out
little
of 10.
bits that I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you
8.5 out of 10. The active camo scene that they ripped straight from the anime. Oh god, it was so good, so good.
yeah, not
Oh.
that's yeah. And Ghost in the Shell, there's so little like actual source material. So like, the Major doesn't have a backstory, like canon wise, source material wise. So you do whatever you want, which is why in the first anime, they did whatever they want, and in the prequels they did whatever they want. It was different backstories, and it's like that's fine because there's no official backstory, so you can do whatever you want. What you've got basically from Shiro Masamune is badass characters who've been fleshed out as badass characters. They have these skills, and they're the fucking best at what they do, basically. And then from there, it's like do what you want because there's I think 2 volumes of the manga, maybe 3. So it's not like there's a whole lot of there. And so you're just basically saying these characters are awesome. You kind of made a story with these characters. We're going to take these characters. They get to keep their skills and shit, and they are those characters. But now they're doing this thing, baby. It's great. But yeah, give me all the Ghost in the Shell. Give me all the Sherlock Holmes. Keep fucking doing the
Keep doing it.
Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. Keep doing the fucking Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't care.
Gitsack is still
Figure it
my
out.
favorite. Gitsack is still
Yeah,
one of
Standalone
my
Complex is so
Standalone
good.
Complex is so good.
And the Standalone Complex movie's great. The first Ghost in the Shell movie's awesome, and the second one I didn't watch forever because that cover was weird looking, and I was like, oh, what is this? Is this even related? I don't know. But when I finally watched it, I was like, oh, I was a fucking fool not to watch this earlier because it is so good. Ghost in the Shell 2 is called Innocence, I think. And the Standalone Complex movie's great. The fucking live-action movie we did over here, sure. I was, big fan of ScarJo. They were like, ScarJo. And then people were complaining like, oh, you didn't cast an Asian in the role. I'm like,
She's a fucking android.
it's a fictional story. There's not like a historical person, and she's an android. And have you seen it?
Also, if you've watched the original Ghost in the Shell, she didn't look Asian.
No.
Her android body is a
Fucking
white
thing.
chick.
Yeah, and purple hair and whatnot.
Purple
or,
hair.
Dark blue in the original. But
You ready, Jelsira?
Ready.
All right, I see you yawning over there. Let's go ahead and get you into your fight and get that brain going. You just got to nut and watch Perry fight, so now you can see how badass a high-level druid can be. That's going to be you someday.